Evening guys, hi, hope everybody is keeping really well. Rob back for another video. Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day, going through my collection, and I came to notice just how many albums I've got with monochrome or black and white covers. And not only that, but ones from multiple artists who, favoured obviously the black and white or monochrome image. So yeah, I mean, I just thought that it would be something a bit different. I'm in no way going to take any credit at all for any originality on this video, because I'm well aware that this has been done before, but I think it was before I joined in the fun, as it were, on the VC and started to make videos. So I never had the opportunity to participate in it. So I just thought it'd be nice to resurrect it, and perhaps give newbies, or those that perhaps started around about the time I did, to give it a go. If you want. No pressure, obviously. So, but yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd run through these. A lot of these are quite well known. Some of them are a bit obscure, but some I don't think I've ever shown before, or if I have, it's been a while since they've had an airing. So there's quite a few. So I'm just going to just whip through them. Not going to talk an awful lot about them, and yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. So okay, so yeah, okay, so let's kick off then. So these are all just purely black and white covers, or if they're not pure white, they're sort of cream or off-white. So I've deliberately avoided any with kind of spot color on or anything like that. I think that was done before, but I figured that if I did that, I'd probably be having to show a hell of a lot more than I've got. So yeah, and I did stop after a while. I've got others, but obviously if anybody wants to join in, I didn't want to kind of be showing too many, and too many obvious kind of ones. So, but anyway, let's go for it. So okay, so first three from one of my favorite artists, Roy Harper. So we got 1971's Stormcock, probably his most celebrated album, and definitely arguably one of his best. Then later on, his last album he did for EMI, this is The Unknown Soldier from 1980, that also features Kate Bush. Okay, his last studio album, Man and Myth, from 2013. That's a wonderful record. Okay, moving on to some prog. We've got Gong and Camembert Electrique from 1972, is it? So staying with prog, Focus and Hamburger Concerto. Roberta Flack's follow-up, sophomore album, second album, whatever you want to call it. Chapter 2, not as good as the debut, but still pretty good. Got some wonderful songs. This is a great one. This is from '65. This is quite a scarce album. Come My Way, Marianne Faithfull. Yeah, this is a wonderful record. Back to prog. We've got Emerson, Lake and Palmer Works, volumes 1 and 2, respectively. black and white on the back there. Sticking with sophomore albums, we've got Songs from a Room from Leonard Cohen, 1969, is it, I think? Bit of Chilean music here, sort of panpipes, Caracas, and instrumental andino. It's a nice one to play, kind of late at night. Wonderful, wonderful album. Yeah, love this. This is the amazing Michael Chapman and his second album, Fully Qualified Survivor. Yeah, fantastic record. Highly recommend that. If you've not heard that progressive folk. Clannad and McCalla from I think 1985, featuring Bono. Wonderful Heroes. David Bowie needs no introduction. Whole Story, Kate Bush, retrospective from 86, is it, I think? New vocal of Wuthering Heights, which I never particularly liked on that. Colin Blunstone's second album, Ennismore. Wonderful vocalist. Yeah, a lot of second albums here. It's like strange coincidence. This is one I picked up recently. This is American sort of pop psych from 1969, Euphoria. Wonderful record. This full of great harmonies. If you like kind of the association, Fifth Dimension, that's a really enjoyable listen. I think this is one I bought earlier this year. Australian group, very percussive, sort of psych, jazzy psych. This is Piranha. That's a great sleeve. Unusual one here, very unique record. This is Annette Peacock and Sky Skating from 1982. I think this is quite a scarce record. Very strange sort of mix of sort of old style jazz with kind of some modern electronica. Really interesting. Really give that a listen if you're not familiar with that. It's recommended. A bit of 70s, mid-70s rock here. This is Natural Gas. Three from Harry Nilsson now. There's a little touch of Smilson in the Night. So this is his run through of kind of Gershwin and sort of some American standards sung as only Harry Nilsson can sing them. Some wonderful orchestrated backing. Yeah, it's a lovely listen. It's a curio one I wanted to pick up for ages, picked up this year. Not his best, Son of Dracula soundtrack with film with Ringo Starr in it. The album kind of folds out into those who haven't seen it, into kind of, sort of Dracula bat wings. It's got a lot of tracks from previous albums. So not essential, but it's got its moments. This is my favorite, probably my favorite Harry album now. This is Nilsson from '69. This is fabulous, wonderful, wonderful listen. If you're only going to own one Harry Nilsson album, for me, this is the one. Puppy Song, Mother Nature's wonderful version of Beatles' Mother Nature's Son, Rainmaker, Mr. Bojangles, and Simon Smith, Amazing Dancing Bear. Wonderful. Some sort of psych-folk here. This isn't the record store day release. This is, I think, a kind of official bootleg that I bought a while back, a couple of years ago now. So this is Mellow Candle and Swaddling Songs. Yes, limited edition, 1,000 copies. Solid tip-on jacket, bulletproof. This is Kaleidoscope Side Trips. This is the American psych group. This is their 1967 debut. So this isn't to be confused with the British Kaleidoscope, the same name. Wonderful kind of acoustic, kind of quirky psych rock. Great record. I think this is a private press. This is a Birmingham artist who is in a group which I can't remember the name of now. This is Shirley Kent and Forever Willow. Lovely folk singer in the style of kind of Joni Mitchell. Really nice listen that one. My favourite Bert Jansch album, Birthday Blues from 1969. Love this record. Fabulous. Probably Jethro Tull's most left field release. Not everybody's cup of tea. I think it's a really interesting listen. It's a passion play from 1973. Christine Harwood. This was a Finders Keepers release of an extremely limited private pressed album. This is Nice to Meet Christine. This is a really good record. You've got members of Yes, the Strawbs, Joe Cocker Band, MacDonald and Giles, all playing on this record. It's quite an eclectic mix. One or two covers on here as well, but really nice listen. Back to Roy. You know, it's never going to be long before I start show Roy Harper. Can't go too long. So this is his second album. Yeah, came out Fighting Genghis Smith on CBS. Very one of my favourites. This really quite an odd, quirky record. This is the original on CBS. Quite scarce and expensive. You can get a reissue on his Science Friction records that has come out, which is a gatefold release. It's got a lot of write-ups from Roy himself about the album, which is very reasonably priced. I think is still available. Nice little write-up as well on the back here from Bert Jansch, who Roy was obviously very much influenced by. That's come out Fighting Genghis Smith from Roy Harper. And then his debut. This is the reissue, not the first pressing. This is one of the reissues on his Science Friction Records gatefold. Some nice pictures there, and again a write-up from Roy. So there's quite a few different versions that you can get of this record, and various re-releases over the years. The original pressings from '66 are quite difficult to get hold of and expensive, but again, this is a reissue, very cheap, easy to pick up for about 20 quid. You want to check that out? Okay, yes, his follow-up, another second album. This is Time and a Word from 69, I think. Not one that everybody loves in their catalogue. I really like Early Yes. Once Rick Wakeman joined the band for me, that's when I kind of switch off. But their first, three or four albums I really like. Neil Young Zuma from 1975. Bit of Psych here from 1968. This is West Coast Pop Art Experimental Band, Volume 3, Child's Guide to Good and Evil. That's a pretty solid Psych record. That's a reissue, not an original, unfortunately. Classic early electronica, White Noise, David Vorhaus, Brian Humphries, Delia Derbyshire. Very strange, eerie listen, particularly the second side. Love the quirky psychedelic songs on side one. It's wonderful. Which is kind of definitely more accessible than the second side, but yeah, that's a classic. Walker Brothers' last studio album from 1978, Night Flights. First few Scott Walker songs on this are absolutely amazing. Rest of it, the other band members write, not quite so good, but still a decent listen. Sticking with Scott Walker, his debut Scott from 1967. Real comeback, as far as I was concerned, for Paul McCartney, Chaos and Creation in the Backyard from 2005. Shows a kind of dark side of McCartney, I think after he split with Heather Mills. Yeah, some really, really solid songwriting on that. Velvet Underground, wonderful third album. This is my favourite, for sure. Quite acoustic and mellow. It's just fantastic. Candy Says What Goes On. Some Kind of Love, Pale Blue Eyes, Beginning to See the Light. Not a bad moment. A few more. Stranglers Black and White from 1978. Sting's Nothing Like the Sun. Wonderful bookends, Simon Garfunkel. Yeah, my favourite Simon Garfunkel album. It's original pressing of Relics on Starline. I picked it up really, really cheap. The reissues have all this lettering, I think, in pink. Wonderful pen and ink drawing there from Nick Mason. I think was architect or studying to be an architect, I think. Great, it's got all the early Sid stuff on. Nice kind of laid back album from 1974, Brian Prothero and Pinball. Yeah, I bought this for the title track, which is wonderful, very Beatles-esque. It's quite a nice listen. And finally, Pentangle's wonderful debut from '67. Progressive folk with a jazz twist. Wonderful stuff. Okay, guys, so that's it. 20 minutes. Thanks to everyone if you've stuck with me through that. Yeah, so as I say, it's nothing original. It has been done before, but it did give me an opportunity to show some records that I haven't showed before. And yeah, I mean, anybody who else wants to, if you want to jump on that, it'd be good to see what you have, what you can pull out. So yeah, just remains for me to say, take care of yourselves, and I'll come back with another video, hopefully fairly soon. Cheers, guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.